look who it is. It's our buddy, our Class B buddy over there. I wonder if he's still on the phone. Well, he's made it this far, so I guess whatever. More power to him, man. What the hell? So yeah, here we are, arriving at Petro Milan. Yes, sir. Petro Milan. Yes, ma'am. Petro Milan. And yeah, I don't know. I got a half tank fuel here. I don't know if I'm gonna. Let's see what this looks like here at these fuel islands. I don't know. I don't need fuel.
Arriving at Petra stopping centers on the left.
Yeah, you know what? I do have Santa Rosa up there ahead of the windshield.
Please drive to highlighted route.
But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull in here anyways. Because I do need to clean my windshields. And I do need to put in windshield washer fluid. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, I figure. I'm going to just skip fueling though. Yeah, I'm going to skip fueling. I probably ought to, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. What the hell? I'm here. I can get my half-hour break in. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. That way I'm multitasking as much as possible. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, I shall return. Wow. It's a big one. Huh, that was weird. That kind of was spooky a second ago. I got my fuel, did all the stuff I was talking about, filled the windshield wiper, washer, reservoir thingy, washed the windshields, cleaned off the windshield wipers themselves, all that good stuff. Went in, got my receipt, came back out, hopped in the truck, and went ahead and pulled on out, you know, came over over here to this parking section right here and parked, dealt with a couple other things, had to send a picture of the receipt to the boss, all that stuff, and then all of a sudden it dawned on me, oh yeah, I was still, I was recording, I look up and the dang old phone wasn't there, it was just not there. Well, son of a bitch, I know I locked my doors, nobody could have just come in and stole it. And well, it just fell off the thing, I guess probably from the warmth of the defroster, windshield defroster, just blowing hot air up on there. It's blowing it so warm on there, right? And the windshield is so warm now at this point that when I was washing them with the little squeegee washer things that they got, there was actually steam coming off the windshield from it, so yep, got them pretty well warmed up, which is what we want. Yep, that's what we want. So anyhow, I don't know. I'm going to kind of hang out here for a minute and I think grab something to eat out of the cooler. Make myself a sandwich, I guess. Maybe have some potato salad, maybe an apple. Basically, I need to get some fuel in me here too. So, yep. I am far cheaper though to fuel. I will tell you that. Yes, I am far cheaper to fuel up, and I run for pretty well just as long. So, isn't that something? Yep, and then we will carry on. We will continue on. There was a guy who was there fueling up next to me. I don't know. I think it was a Mexican guy or maybe an Indian guy. And so we're there at the fuel station, you know, and I'm going about doing my stuff. He's doing his stuff, and he comes over to me. He's like, "Hey, which way are you headed, east or west?" I said, "Oh, east." He goes, "Oh, okay." I said, "What about you?" He goes, "Yeah, east." And basically what he was getting at was he wanted to find out if, you know, if we were going to get shut down as we go east into Albuquerque and then over the mountains into Moriarty. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, man." I said, "All I know is what I heard on the radio is that, you know, it's going to get heavier and it's going to get colder. And, you know, we might get through Albuquerque, but, you know, they might shut us down in the mountains there." He's like, "Yeah. Good luck to you." Anyhow, so went about doing stuff and then went inside, and I was in there actually filling up some of my empty windshield wiper fluid containers, you know, that you buy the blue stuff in, right? And went and filled those up with water in there. And so as I was doing that, he had come in, and there was another guy in there who was definitely a Mexican guy. And he was asking him, "Which way are you headed?" He goes, "Oh, I'm headed westbound." So I was like, "Oh, okay, here we go." You know, so basically got around to being able to ask somebody, you know, if it was passable and all that. He's like, "Oh yeah, no chains required." Of course, that said, we are, let's see here. Let's see what we still got to Albuquerque. So we're still 83 miles from Albuquerque, and which would give us, you know, about 100 miles still from the mountains leading into Moriarty. And that was about a half an hour ago that we talked to that guy. So yeah, I mean, and with the speeds we're traveling, that's good too. Maybe even 3 hours ago that guy was traveling through there heading westbound, and in that short amount of period of time, even in 2 or 3 hours, things can change dramatically. They can go from passable to impassable just like that. So it's kind of a almost a moot point to even ask, really. But yeah, it's helpful though in any event. Kind of gives you something to go off of, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, based on the way that, you know, it's looking even right now, I got to imagine it's passable. My only concern would be, yeah, I mean, the mountains leading into Moriarty, that would be the only question, because we do reach a fairly high elevation up there, I think. Albuquerque itself is in the neighborhood of 5,500 feet, which is just over a mile high. We are currently, oh wait, where'd it go? Okay, so we're actually at a higher elevation right now where we are than Albuquerque is by about 1,000 feet. And then leading out of Albuquerque heading eastward, I think we reach maybe 7,500 feet by the time we reach the peak. And then I know that does carry on still in the 5,000, 4,500 foot altitude area, all the way down into Texas even. So we're not done yet, that's for sure. It'd be nice if we could find something on the radio, you know, but whatever. Even something on the old CB here would be helpful. Guess not. Try channel 9. But yeah, nothing there. So anyhow, yep, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and kick back for a few minutes and grab something to eat and then get back to it. So when I do, and if If I see something worthy, I will bring y'all back in here. But if not, either way, I will see you somewhere on down the road. Take care. See ya. Well, so we got some news here. So we are going to be shut down over here in Milan. Fortunately, we're going to be shut down here at the Petro, specifically in Milan, due to, sounds like a closure in I-40 eastbound. Was listening to some chatter on the CV, and you know, one guy was basically asking the westbound traffic, you know, one of the drivers, you know, what he was going to be, you know, what eastbound was going to be looking at, and the guy was like, yeah, he said, it's just gonna, it gets worse and it gets slower and icier, and sorry. And then we got some more details from another driver, basically, that was coming westbound, that said there was a lot of troopers out there basically slowing traffic down, you know, with their lights flashing in both directions, and that this particular driver had seen already like 3 or 4 trucks that had gone off and slid into the ditch somewhere middle, you know, center divide or off the shoulder ditch, and that it was just super slick, and that a lot of drivers were actually getting out and chaining up.
Eastbound, if you're listening, you come to a stop at about the 110 for a bad accident, the 112 and a half.
Well, there you go. Well, he pretty much just said it, yeah. So there are drivers out there actually pulling off and chaining up, not because it's required. It's not, you know, from what I understand, there's not chains required out there, but they were chaining up just due to the fact that trucks were just sliding all over the place.
All right, Mr. Proton, you have a nice evening. Be safe. Alright, talk to you a little bit. Talk to you later.
So yeah, and I mean, the thing is that if those guys were chaining up because it was...
We got plenty of parking over there. That whole back road by the freeway here is open.
If those guys were chaining up...
I'm just wondering if I should have stopped. Well, you can always go to the 80 whenever it is the 80 and turn around and come back. You got plenty of parking over here.
Yeah, if those guys were chaining up...
Talk to you later.
If those guys were chaining up without a requirement,
about the 110 for a bad accident, around the 112 and a half.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
The thing is what I'm getting at, what I'm trying to get at here, of course I do want to hear what they're talking about, but what I'm getting at here is it's not like the roads are super deep snow. That's the thing, and that's where a lot of the problems happen, is that the snow isn't very deep. So what it's telling me is that, or what I'm inferring from it, is that it's so cold, you know, and it's really cold out there, that you're getting more ice on the snow. You're getting more ice on the road surfaces than you are snow, and that just makes like it makes it impassable. Yeah, it just makes it so you really, I mean, you don't get any traction at all. The only way to deal with it is putting chains on, thing is, if it's not really deep, then you're putting your chains on and you're going to wear out your chains, because it's going to be like driving chains on concrete, basically, because it's essentially what you're doing. And even then, it's not as if you're going to be provided with, you know, ultimate adequate traction just because you got chains on the ice. It helps, of course, but they are better used when you got, you know, a couple inches of snow, actual snow, you know. So yeah, so we're shut down, and as you just heard, it sounds like there's a pretty bad wreck that actually just took place within the last 30 minutes. Eastbound I-40. He said somewhere at the 110 or the 112. And well, let me see if I can find out roughly where we are in relation to that. There. I mean, we're not that far in yet, though. I don't believe. So yeah, so we are basically around mile marker 80 or 70, maybe 75, something like that. And the mile markers go up in direction as we go eastbound. So in about 15 miles, there's a really bad wreck going eastbound, and it's a parking lot out there. It sounds like it's completely shut down, and that basically just happened. So it could have very well been me. You know, I don't talk like that. It wouldn't probably have been me, but what I'm getting at is that's the nature of the conditions out there. So there's no sense in leaving safe haven, safe parking, and hopping back on the road and finding myself stuck in a place where it's not safe. No sense in that. The boss already sent me a message a while ago because I let him know the conditions. Actually, I sent him a short video, and he got back to me pretty quick. He's like, yeah, well, he says, you know, be safe, you know, but if things get, you know, worse, if they get bad enough, go ahead and just, you know, pull off and shut it down. Like, yep. I told him, I was like, yeah, well, I already essentially am. Fortunately, I'm here at the Petro. You know, fortunately, I pulled off. I mean, I was debating there for a minute on even stopping here. I think that was in the video. I was like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to pull off here or not. All I wanted to do was put windshield wiper fluid in the reservoir. And then when I pull it up, yeah, it's all there. It's all in the video. You know, like, well, I might as well get fuel. And then did what I had to do, and I was like, well, might as well take half-hour break. If I'm going to take half-hour break, I might as well eat. And then here we go. That's where we're at. I just finished eating right now. So anyhow, that's about that. That's the news of the situation here in Milan, Mexico, and we'll get rolling. You know, I'm guessing tomorrow morning or maybe tomorrow midday. It sounds like things are going to kind of continue on the way they are right now for a while. Sounds like into the morning or even into the afternoon tomorrow. So I don't know. We shall see. Nothing I can do about it. That's just part of the deal. So I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you all are warm and safe and doing well. And I will see you somewhere on down the road. Take care. See ya. Well, here we go. See what we can see here, huh? It's pretty deep. Actually, there's a good few inches there. I mean, this is kind of mixed in with the bushes a little bit. But yeah, along New Mexico. And so I just heard on the CB, the good old CB, gotta love it. It still works. It's still practical and shoot, in some cases better than the cell phone, because you hear what you need to hear from actual people, right? But so since my last video, and this was just a couple minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, a driver got on talking about these, there's this wreck down there at the 110 or the 112. I guess the wreck is at the 112 and a half, he said. And he said it's backed up all the way to the 110, so good 2.5 miles, and that he had gone ahead and run down that way eastbound and got stuck in it, and it was so bad down there that and the 110, 112, we're at somewhere around the 70, so you're talking, you know, 40 miles eastbound from where I am. He said it got so bad up there that he got through that and just went ahead and turned around and came back over here and decided to come back over here and park. And he said it took him like 3 hours to, you know, to just from the point of driving down there, getting stuck in the parking lot because of the wreck, and then actually turning around and coming back. So yeah, so no thank you, I'm good here. I don't need to tempt that fate. So anyhow, just a quick update. Man, it is cold out here too. It really is. I've been sitting in that nice warm cab for the last hour and a half, and I've been out of the cab now for about 5 minutes, and boy, yeah, my hands are starting to ice up here already. So it's down in the teens for sure. So anyways, I'm heading back to home right here, Big Red, and I'm gonna go ahead and get comfortable and hop in the rack and maybe watch a movie. So see you later.